What was that? Yo, no words. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the We Hate Sports Podcast, episode 266, coming at you on this Monday night. My name is Billy Cameron, and yes, the crew is fully back together. We got Gianni, Jello, Bam, TK, all in one place this week, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, we have a loaded episode for you. All right, we're creeping into the deeper depths of the NBA playoffs with the conference finals right around the corner. We got to talk about the unfortunate losers so far of these playoffs. And more specifically, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers. As a fellow Sixers fan myself, and TK being a fellow Lakers fan, I'm sure we'll have plenty to say about the future of both of our teams moving forward. But we also got to talk about what Victor Wembanyama got away with this past weekend, taking what was essentially an elbow to the throat of Nas Reed and no repercussions whatsoever. What this actually means in terms of momentum of the series between the Wolves and the Spurs. We also have to talk about the NFL schedule being released now, with it expected to be released this week. What games we're most excited to see, as well as the NBA draft, because the draft lottery is not too far away. We now know who's going to be picking first overall for the Washington Wizards, but we're going to be laying out the first five draft lottery attendees, I guess the way to put it, is going to be chosen. And we'll also be giving out our projected WNBA MVPs. So get your popcorn ready, get ready to listen to the We Sports Podcast. Make sure you follow us on our socials, We Sports, all across the board on our X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We post weekly on YouTube. That is the episode in its entirety. So if you do miss this audio episode, you can go and check us out on YouTube where we post the full video for it. Okay. Gosh, that's a mouthful to say every single time. Um, let's go. There's no pause right there, bro. Like I can't say mouthful. Right. So, like I was about to say, let's get into the first topic of the night. Let's talk about Wemby. Because what Wemby got away with this past Saturday night is nothing short of dare I say nothing short of amazing. It really just goes to show how there may be a script in the NBA after all. At the very least, there may be a certain kind of conspiracy going around when it pertains to superstars in the league. Because what Wemby did to Nas Reed this past Sunday night was take an elbow to the throat with vicious intent, mind you, right in front of the referees, with the reaction from, I believe it was Dylan Harper, where he literally was like, "Oh, he just did that. Yes, Wemby just did that," and no repercussions, no fine, no suspension, no slap on the wrist, even from Adam Silver or the league itself. And Victor Wembanyama did get ejected from that game, but no repercussions come from that game as a whole. So the Wolves ended up winning game four. So the series is tied up 2-2 going back to San Antonio. So I'm going to start with Gianni this week. G, should Wemby have gotten punished for his actions? And how much can this really affect the momentum of this series?
I'll say I was shocked that like you said, PC, that he was not fined or he was not suspended. I would have suspended him for one game, honestly, because of the elbow, because that was like nasty, man. Like you could look at the replay and it looks just god awful. And to be honest, I think he should have been fined and I think he should be suspended for one game. In terms of the momentum of the series, I say this, like now I see the series going 7 games now. It felt like it was not going to be a 7 game series, but now because of this one game and things a little bit shifting away, and I think Ant too is finding himself too because he hasn't been healthy, because of the injury and everything, come back from that. But I think this last game, like he found some momentum and he found his game basically. So in my opinion, this series is going to go 7 games. But the Wolves have a great chance now because of that elbow. Honestly, because if Wemby didn't get ejected, I think the Spurs win the game. Honestly, and we could be talking about the series ending in 5 games. So, like everything to me changed. I think it's a 7 game series, but I think he should have been suspended for 1 game.
Jello.
Yeah, he definitely should have been suspended for sure. But I ain't surprised in the slightest. I done seen dudes like Draymond Green run havoc on the league for years, and Adam Silver is just so. I'm gonna just say it. I'm sorry, podcast. Adam Silver is just so bitch made that he just letting this league run through him. He do not care. Um, he too soft on the league. There are some times where David Stern should have been back to assess situations like this, and this just goes to show this league is getting soft. Adam Silver is a terrible commissioner, and it's gonna go downhill very, very fast because all this was to protect the golden child. It's that simple. They cannot suspend their so-called golden boy of the new era, and he showed his true colors right there. Like he's been like that, and now that it's come to the light, Adam Silver don't got the balls to suspend his number one right now. It's too early, so it's really that simple. Adam Silver is just too soft for the league. That's just what it is.
Mm. Bam.
Um, this nigga Jello was talking like Wemby is his fucking nemesis. Hey, damn, like, I get what you're saying, but damn, I do agree that Wemby was completely out of line for that. Apparently him and Nasri have some type of history, rivalry, whatever, but still, it's like you can't do that. You hurt your team, hurt yourself. You just can't do that. I do agree with the sentiments about Adam Silver, completely soft. Uh, he just be soft about the wrong shit. He want to suspend and damn it try to ban John Morant, but you can't give Wemby a 1 game suspension for that type of shit. So I don't know. He just so inconsistent when it comes to punishments and shit like that. Um, as far as winning, Gianni made a great point that them tying the series up 2-2 is big for their chances. But on the flip side, I also feel like that could just completely suck the momentum out of the Wolves because um it just sets a precedent that now the Spurs can kind of get away with anything. When you have flagrant two like that egregious, like completely malicious, like there wasn't a basketball move or anything. It was just completely malicious. To not get a suspension, it could potentially kind of sap the momentum out of the Wolves and make them feel like it's an uphill battle. But the more I think about it, that has never been a Wolves. That has never been Ant, Jaden McDaniels. They are fighters, so I think that it's a 50-50 chance that as much as it can maybe tap the momentum out of the Wolves, it could also galvanize them to fight and put the Spurs out of their misery.
TK.
I mean, excuse my language, PC, but fam, I love you, dog. Gianni, peace, cello. That sound like a bunch of bitches, bro. I'm sorry, dog. Like, first of all, bro, none of us are gonna sit here and act like what Wimby did was okay, bro. He 100% should have got the flagrant two. He 100% should have been ejected. That's not a basketball move. It should have never happened. We all agree there. I'm with y'all there, man. But dog, have we not been watching this series in the way that the Bulls have been bullying this nigga Wimby, bro? Like, dog, a bunch of calls that have not been called throughout the whole series, bro. Back and forth for each team, bro. It's been very physical. The reason why he got suspended, or the reason why he got thrown out of the game is because it was a non-basketball play. He just straight up hit dude in the neck. And you know what the funny part is, PC, is he hit the wrong person, bro. It wasn't Nas that he should have went after. It was actually Jaden McDaniels that he should have hit. But he's not paying attention. He just threw the elbow. He got frustrated. He's probably tired of getting pushed around and bullied and double teamed and all that shit throughout the series. I have absolutely no issue with that, bro. He did miss the entire game. They ended up losing this game. He left in the second quarter. I think that played a huge effect of why he didn't end up getting suspended. Maybe a fine would have been more deemable. I would have been okay with that, but you just can't throw the momentum of the series like that away, bro. Because if Wemby doesn't play in Game 5, the Wolves probably win in Game 6. Brother. This is the series that we all agree is going 7 games. I thought it was going 7 games the minute that the Wolves won that Game 1 in San Antonio. I said, okay, it's going to be a 7 game series, but like, no, Wemby made a mistake, bro. It's not like he's a dirty player, bro. This is not something that he's, done throughout his 3-4 year career so far, bro. It's not like it was a Ron Artest type of shit where Ron Artest was just straight up knocking niggas out, bro. It wasn't that type of situation at all. So
it was an accident.
I think no, it wasn't an accident. I'm not saying it was an accident at all. And Ron Artest, what he did, that shit was not an accident either. Hell no. That shit was on purpose. He just tried to play it off like it was an accident. But that's neither here nor there. Wemby made a mistake. It happens to every player, bro. Sometimes you just get fed up. He reached his breaking point and he did what he did. He got ejected for it. They lost the game. They're now down 2-2 instead of possibly being up 3-1. So I have absolutely no problem with Adam Silver not suspending him for a game. I just feel like with the series that's this close, bro. I feel like you just couldn't do that because then you're basically giving the Wolves the series. If that happens again, if it's something that happens again, then I'm all for it. Suspend them, bro. But like, it happens, bro. Like sometimes you just get out, bro.
How does that happen? It happens.
Tell the part why you really feel this way.
Why do I really feel this way?
Because you're a Wemby glazer. If this was anybody else, you wouldn't be advocating for their
man, even you gotta admit in the chat, I did say Wemby should have been thrown out of the game, though. You can't do that, though. Like straight up. If Luka
get thrown out of the game, you're supposed to get suspended for that.
Look, my own player on my team could have did that shit. I would have been like, you got to throw my team. But I think him, like I said, bro, he got out. He was thrown out in the second quarter. They lost the game when they possibly could have won this game if Wemby stays. Like I felt like that was enough consequence right there, bro. Now the Spurs got to come out and Wemby has to show that this is not who he is, which I think this is not something that'll happen with Wemby again. You got to come out in Game 5, and Wemby has to absolutely dominate, bro. But yeah, PC, I personally have no issue with him not being suspended. Like I said, sometimes it happens, bro. Like you just reach your boiling point and you react the way that Wemby reacted sometimes. So we're sitting here with the Wolves and Spurs tied 2-2. So I have absolutely no issue with it.
So your reasoning for why Wemby didn't get suspended is what's throwing me off here, TK. I don't have an issue with Wemby not getting suspended. I get it. Look, I feel like a lot of our star players have been there before. It's the playoffs. It's the heat of the moment. Emotions get very high on the court. It happens. Wemby had that moment against the Wolves. They're a team that can very easily do that to you. My problem is your reasoning behind why he shouldn't have gotten suspended. I don't have an issue with Wemby not getting suspended. But the fact that he didn't get a single fine out of it, the fact that we're sitting here and there's a lot of people, I'm not saying anybody here on this call in particular, but there's a lot of people that are downright defending Wemby for what he did. It's a bit insane. I mean, like Jello said, bro, can we have some fucking balls here, Adam Silver? Like, can we show just a little bit of backbone for once? This is ridiculous, dude. This could have been the golden child. This could have been LeBron that does this, or any Giannis, or literally any other one option you could think of. And I wonder if the result would have been the same. If Draymond does this, Draymond's a war criminal. Yeah, that's truth. If someone like, let's say, someone like I don't know, I'll just thinking off the top of my head. Let's say someone like a Josh Hart will to pull this shit off. You think they let him go without a suspension, without a fine? If someone like I don't know, let's say Isaiah Stewart were to do something like this, you think he's fine? They let him go, no suspension, no fine. Like, this is my issue. There's inconsistency with how you want to grade these guys and how you want to punish them. Wemby should have gotten something. And the fact that he got nothing is uh something that is very like indicative of how Adam Silver is moving. He knows who his childs are. He knows who his golden stars are. And Wemby is a golden star. Make no mistake. But the fact that he got nothing, ridiculous in my opinion. Now, to counteract what Bam had said about this momentum being, kind of like taken away from Minnesota, I actually disagree. I think if you're Minnesota, you have to use this as your form of momentum, as your kind of lift off point, because you still won the game. The series is 2-2. It could go to anybody at this point going into game five. Had Wemby played, yeah, maybe we talk about it being 3-1, but that's a what if situation. We're talking about the now, and we're talking about this series 2-2. And as long as Anthony Edwards, and he don't care if Wemby gave, Nas Reed or Jalen McDaniels a Hurricane Rana off the top rope. He's still going to go out there and he's still going to produce because that's what Ant does. That's exactly what he did. 30 points, 10 rebounds in that game. So if you're Minnesota, I think the biggest thing now is just getting back on track. Now you've gotten into Wemby's head. Now he's thinking, okay, I can either A, get away with a lot worse, or B, I'd be on my best behavior because of the backlash that, the league is currently getting. Whatever the case may be, I think if you're Minnesota Timberwolves, the momentum is going your way back to San Antonio. You're in Wemby's head, if I'm thinking about it that way. You have to be. You have to be in Wemby's head for him to lash out the way they did. Because you're right, TK. This has been a very physical series so far. And it was established like that from game one. In, game one, Minnesota had Wemby Simber. He didn't really have the amazing, outstanding performance. It was only like, 11 points, 10 rebounds? Nothing too crazy. Something to subdue him. And now I think that's, again, this can either go one of two ways. One, Wemmy's going to get away with something much, much worse. Or two, now he's going to start thinking twice before he actually does something. So we're going to have to wait and see how it all pans out. This has been a very physical series, and you know,
Can I just say one thing before we move on, PC?
sure.
Comparing this to Isaiah Stewart and Draymond Green, dog, Wemby's not that kind of
I
player.
mean, I'm just
Come
off the
on.
top of my head. I mean, there's like I said, I tried to throw Josh Hart in there, but like it's still a non-basketball move that he did. Had Isaiah or Draymond Green did that, we would have been like, oh yeah, suspend that man
So let me
immediately.
ask y'all a question. If Wemby, well, not too easy because I kind of understand the answer. We're kind of on the same kind of answer. But Jello, Gianni, and Bam. So if Wemby didn't get suspended but got fined, would y'all be cool with it?
Yeah.
Y'all just wanted something done.
Yeah, I
Is that the
Yes.
issue?
wanted something at least done.
Something.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Do something
I think the baboon fell asleep.
just a straight leg right now. See, you can't just elbow a nigga on the court. I don't get how mad you get. You cannot just do that.
Lamelo basically got a fine for what he did to Bam Adebayo. Like,
That's true.
and the fact that
And
nothing.
I didn't think LaMelo shit was intentional. I felt like that shit was an accident. I would understand you falling and reaching to grab something in the nigga ankle right there. I would understand that. But he straight was like, who back
There was
there?
intent in his eyes.
The fuck, Wemby? Like,
Straight intent. Nothing but pure hatred.
getting
And
fined that nigga
nothing.
like
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Series tied 2-2 though. Game five will be tomorrow night. And it should be very, very interesting how it pans out. Okay. let's go to the next topic. Let's talk about the Sixers and the Lakers. The Sixers, they got swept by the Knicks this past Sunday. Knicks actually set a franchise record for most threes in a playoff game. They came out shooting the lights out, had 11 threes in the first quarter. From there, I could probably saw the writing on the wall. Meanwhile, the Lakers currently down 0-3 to Thunder, depending on how tonight pans out. With Game 4 actually going on at the time of this recording, they may get swept as well. And there's been a lot of speculation about what happens in the future for the Sixers. I'm sure there's going to be speculation about what the future unfolds for the Lakers as well, especially with speculation surrounding LeBron James, the situation with DeAndre Ayton, and what he did today. Um, there's going to be plenty of discourse, but I want to hear from the non-Lakers and Sixers fans first for this answer. We'll start with you on this one, Bam. Uh, what should the next move be for Philadelphia in Los Angeles?
For Philly, one, get Daryl Morey the fuck out of here. You was dead set on Daryl Morey being the guy in Philly. We told you when he did that shit with Harden, you didn't believe us. At this point, he has to go. He so high on Jared McCain and fucked the locker room up. Joel's extension kicks in. I'm pretty sure PG's extension is kicked in already. Um, did y'all extend Tyrese Maxey yet? Gotta extend him. It's like, what more can you really do at this point except uh just try to hit on draft picks? I don't know who would take on PG's contract. Um, I personally wouldn't say get rid of Joel. I know there are people saying, oh, get rid of Joel. Nah, he was a warrior this year. Fought it, fought it out, uh, even down to the last game. I think that at this point he has to retire. But what more can you really do in Philly? But try and hit on draft picks. When you have those type of big contracts, um, you can't really afford to blow it up. I don't know how much of your core is leaving, but if you can keep the main three right now in PG, Embiid, and Tyrese, just keep at least a few of the pieces around that core, you could run it back. It's the East. It's too late to. You can't rule out anything in the East, but I don't really see anywhere for Philly to go besides getting rid of Daryl Morey, getting some new blood in there, leadership wise, and getting back to the drum. For LA is a little tougher because what the fuck do you do about Braun at this point? I don't know what Braun is doing. I don't know if he's retiring. I don't know if he's going to stay and try and take another pay cut. But again, that's kind of purgatory too because I don't I don't know how I don't know if Braun is really the answer at this point. He's about to be 42. Uh, gotta hand the reins over to Luka, and I don't know what AR is doing. I don't know if he's gonna take the hometown discount or what. But um, the Lakers are gonna have a lot of cap room now, which helps them. So go to the drawing board with Luka, and you build around that. Try to keep Rui. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how TK really feels about Rui, but my consensus from Lakers fans is that you want to keep Rui. And then again, you just try and build in the draft. But with as much cap room as the Lakers have, pre Braun decision, you could take a big swing and reload and gear up to try and take on the West again next year.
G, Ani.
For the Sixers, PC, I think you guys need to invest like in the depth because your bench in the series got exposed. Like Grimes has to go. and some of the players there have to go. Like you have to revamp a little bit the bench, add some depth, make some moves around and everything like that. But you gotta fire Maury as well because that guy is not the answer. Like Ben said, what he did with the Harden situation was just like 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 a bad situation and everything. You even had Harden go to China and call him a liar and everything like that. So like that was just a bad situation. So I think firing Maury and then having the new GM invest like in the bench and try to be a deeper team, especially when you get deeper in the playoffs. I think it is what's needed really. Like you look at like OKC and you look at all these top teams, they have like depth. They're like 1 to 10 basically. They can go 10 man deep. You can't really go look at the Sixers like that. And I think that's what's missing for them. And for Lakers, I've been hearing a lot of things. Like LeBron is probably going to leave to another team. I was seeing a report there. There's like 5 to 6 teams lined up, but I don't know, man. Like I don't know where the Lakers go from here, but they have Luca, of course. I think they're gonna add somebody next to Luca. I think LeBron era is done there, but I'm really interested to see what they do. Um, I want to hear what TK has to say about that because I think they're gonna add somebody next to Luca. I don't think it's gonna be LeBron anymore.
Chilla?
That brother is either asleep or froze, brother. It's been like that for about the past like 8 minutes, dog.
Oh, okay. See, I thought I was tweaking. So I'll have you go first then, CK.
All right. I'm gonna try to be as non-biased. But to start with Philadelphia, PC, Maxi and VJ are the future, brother. That should, and in my personal opinion, I'm just speaking as if I was the Philadelphia GM. This is what I would do. Maxi and VJ are the future, brother. I would personally, everybody is up for grabs. That's not named those two, bro. That means Embiid. I think that at this point, PC, it's been what with Embiid? 10, 11, 12, I mean, 13, I don't know how many years that it's been with Joel Embiid. And one of the greatest centers of all time. Top three, if you're talking talent wise and skill set, Embiid is top three all time. I don't care who you put him up against. That's how highly I think of Embiid, of Joel Embiid, PC. But unfortunately, the thing with Joel Embiid's entire career, PC, has always been injuries. Injury after injury after injury. And I'm just one of those people that strongly believe you don't get healthier as you get older. So what I would do is, while Joel Embiid still has some trade value, I would trade Joel Embiid to where I don't know. I would take the highest bidder with the most draft capital or players in return, whatever it is. That's what I would do, PC. I just think personally it's time. I think that when it comes to, I mean, what you guys did against Boston was great, but you really, really, really needed Joel Embiid this healthy this entire series versus what's it, New York? No, it wasn't. Was it New York? Yeah, New York. So, um, like I said, this has just been the story of Joel Embiid's career. I would try to get rid of Joel Embiid while I can right now, while he still has some high trade value. Like I said, I don't know what you get in return. I would take draft picks. Maybe, like I said, you can get a player, a young player or two that you can build around. VJ and Maxi, I would take that personally. That's just me. Because I do think that the future is bright with those two. Now, as far as the Lakers, bro, I don't remember if it was Bam or Gianni that said they don't know if Brown might retire. Brown ain't retired. He will be back, unfortunately, for some Lakers fans. I've started to come around with it. I'm perfectly cool with it. I believe that LeBron James is coming back as a Los Angeles Lakers next year. And personally, the reason why I believe that is I think at this point it's more than just about basketball. It's about where his family wants to be. Bronny James is also on the team, and we can't forget like shit. So I don't think he would leave Bronny in that situation. So I think he'll be here 1 or 2 more years. I think LeBron James wants to play a quarter of a century personally. I think that's what he has his goal set on, and I think that's realistically what LeBron is going to do. So I think 2 more years, of LeBron in LA. So let me put that out there. The question now, what we need to be talking about, Bam and Gianni, is Austin Reeves going to be on this team next year? Because I know y'all seen the reports about the Giannis reports are starting to come up again, and the team and they're looking at accepting trade offers. So that's a possibility. I just think that at this point, bro, I mean, y'all see me and Lee and everybody in the chat talk about it. At this point, bro, Austin Reeves, dog, thank you for the amazing 3 to 6 years that you have given. And the purple and gold, brother, we will miss you, bro. We will miss you like we miss AD every day, bro. But PC, Gianni, man, it's time, bro. We might have to move on from Austin Reeves because I just don't like the pairing of him next to Luka Doncic as far as my duo pairing, because every time we get to the playoffs, Austin Reeves is a playoff drop. We've seen it year after year after year after year. He had the one good year when he went up against the Nuggets, and after that, he's been dog shit in the playoffs. So we might have to move on to him because I personally don't want to give him a supermax. I don't think he's a supermax type of player. So, like Bam said, we actually have the most cap this season. But the thing about this season is there's not a lot of free agents or a lot of big name free agents. So we might have to make some trades. Um, Absolutely, 100%, Bam. Yeah, you got to keep Rui. You got to keep Rui. You got to keep Luke, Luke Kennard, and I want to say Jake LaRavia. Oh, Marcus Smart, of course. And I'm going to say Jake LaRavia too, bro. This was a weird year, dog. I'm going to give him a second chance. But we probably won't keep Jake LaRavia. But he's only 23, dog. So it's really intriguing. But yeah, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, and Rui are the only 3 players that need to be signed to new deals. LeBron James will probably come back for a minimum, like an 18 to 25 million dollar a year deal for 2 years. Obviously, that second year will be a player option because that's just what LeBron does. But we got to get a big, bro. We got to build. We got to put some defense. We got to put some 3-and-D wings around Luka. We got to get some defenders, bro. Because honestly, if we don't show Luka that we're a serious team and we can literally put a team around him, bro, we're gonna lose Luka for absolutely nothing in 2 years, bro. And I will tell you right now, PC, I will be in front of your front door. Bam, I will be in front of your front door. And Gianni, I will be in front of your front door because I'm gonna need a hug from the tears that I will be um I'm crying if Luka leaves my Lakers. So yeah, honestly, bro, we
I
just
have a
got like
tissue box for you.
thank you. I'm gonna need like 10, brother. But no, all jokes aside, like PC, we gotta take advantage of the most of our cap situation because it hasn't been like this in years, brother. In years, we have not seen cap money that we can actually go out there and spend. Got to bring back only 3 or 4 players, the 4 players that I named, and just bring in some 3-and-D guys to put around Luka because we need to take the formula that the Mavericks had when they went to the finals, which is 3-and-D guys, shooters, and defense. Just put that around Luka, and Luka will do the rest, bro. But yeah, man, LeBron's not going anywhere. He's going to be in LA for at least 2 years.
All right. So I'm gonna read Joel Embiid's stat line from this past Sunday in Game 4. Played 28 minutes, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. E of 8 from the field. He was perfect from the field. Perfect from 3. 2 threes. Only 7 free throws. If I were to tell you that the next top scorer was Tyrese Maxey with 17 points, shot 6 of 16 from the field. You had BJ Edgecombe, 8 points, shot 4 of 14 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3. This was a series that I fear was doomed from the start. Joel Embiid was the only one that showed up for Game 4, quite literally. And for this series was our only consistent player. Tyrese Maxey, after an amazing comeback that he had, against Boston, that 3-1 comeback where he was the catalyst, he folded. BJ Edgecombe, I'm willing to give a pass because, he's a rookie. There was just way too many deciding factors to make me think Joel Embiid is finished or I want to trade Joel Embiid. Nothing about this playoff run or even this season in general makes me just yearn to trade away Joel Embiid. I feel so we can really run back this trio of Joel, BJ, and Tyrese. Anybody else not named Tyrese Maxey, BJ Edgecombe, or Joel Embiid, y'all can kick rocks. Y'all can kick rocks. That's part of the 6-step program that I have to help finally maybe cleanse the Sixers of what's needed. Um, and step one is to make Josh Harris sell the team. That is by any means necessary. Um, there's a difference between owning a team and outright being a fan of the team. Josh Harris doesn't own, or Josh Harris just owns the Sixers. He isn't a fan of the Sixers. He didn't even want the team congratulating the Eagles, same team in their city, by the way, after they beat the Washington Commanders. You know why? Because the Washington Commanders are owned by Josh Harris. That same dude. It is outright disrespectful to constantly keep disrespecting fan base that is very passionate. I've had to sit through a very uncomfortable amount of people try and sit there with a straight face and tell me that Philadelphia is not a sports city. I'm sorry, Michelle Beadle, you're saying that Philadelphia is not a sports city? Josh Hart, you literally went to Villanova. You're telling me that Philadelphia is not a sports city? When I know everybody's seen the Flyers, who by the way haven't been relevant, haven't even been in the playoffs in close to 7 years, get a standing ovation after they got freaking swept by probably the ultimate undeniable Stanley Cup champion in the Carolina Hurricanes. They got a standing ovation after they got swept. The Phillies are about to be back to 500 if they keep on winning the way that they have. Did you see what it looked like when we first made the playoffs in close to a couple of years? We're not a sports city, though. I know Josh Hart saw the Eagles and the Commanders in the NFC Championship game a couple of years ago because Josh Hart is a Washington Commanders fan. And he watched them as they got their asses handed to them on a silver platter as the Eagles won 55-23 at Lincoln Financial Field. And you're telling me that Philadelphia is not a sports city? That's the kind of PR that I cannot get down with when it pertains to Philadelphia sports, bro. It is so disrespectful how we constantly keep getting disrespected by people that do not know this fan base, that do not know this city. That's why I want Josh Harris to sell the team. That's step one. Step two is to fire Daryl Morey. Because Daryl Morey, James Harden called you a liar. He called you a liar, and then he proceeded to sell high on Jared McCain, a guy that could, funny enough, give us 15 a night off the bench. And, I get irritated every time I see tweets about it. But you know what? This is a fan base that cares. And they will constantly keep bringing it up because you keep on doing annoying and downright irreversible, reprehensible bullshit to the team. Go and watch Tyrese Maxey's exit interview with BJ Edgecombe. And when he was asked a question about Daryl Morey and about how they didn't make any moves to improve this roster at the trade deadline, and look at Tyrese Maxey's face. He didn't know what to say. He knew what to say, but he didn't say it because he's a respectful gentleman. Well, guess what? When it pertains to the Philadelphia 76ers, and when it pertains to people constantly year in and year out messing up my team, I can become very disrespectful. And I'm tired of coming onto this podcast year in, year out to talk about the same shit when it pertains to the Sixers. Daryl Morey, you have done irreversible damage to my basketball team. I need you fired. Josh Harris, you've done irreversible damage to my basketball team. I need you to sell the team. And then once those two are gone, then maybe, just maybe, the brand new GM can extend Tyrese Maxey. He can get a brand new roster. Kelly Oubre, Quentin Grimes, you're the two biggest culprits. I need you two packed up, stay in Cancun for all I care. Andre Drummond, unpopular opinion. I kind of want you to say, all right, that's only because of certain prospects that I won in the draft. One particular. Everybody else on that roster, though, kick rocks. Kyle Lowry, we're not doing the Udonis Haslam gimmick with you, buddy. Either retire, become an assistant coach for the Sixers, or become a full-time correspondent for NBA on Prime. But we're not doing the Udonis Haslam gimmick. All right. Anybody else on that roster, not named Tyrese Maxey, BJ Edgecombe, Joel Embiid, kick rocks. We need a revamp. We need to actually build for the future. And that's gonna take a while. I could see why if somebody wants to trade away Joel Embiid, try and get like big picks out of it. Paul George, same thing. Only team that I could see being delusional enough to take that contract is the Golden State Warriors, who still are thinking that they could just run it back with the roster that they have now. Um, there is a lot that needs to change with this team. But the first step in doing that is making sure that Josh Harris and Daryl Morey do not represent the Philadelphia 76ers come next season. As far as the Lakers, I think the first move is getting rid of DeAndre Ayton. I mean, I told y'all at the beginning of the season, man. Yeah, a lot of people, TK, you were one of them. I respect you were trying to be optimistic about it, brother, but I think you and I both knew deep down that was never going to work. He's out there. You guys are down 3-0, and this man is out here buying dominating chains. Do you realize the turmoil, the the disrespect, the amount of people that would personally look for DeAndre Ayton's house, car, and try to harass that man if he was in Philadelphia, if he was in New York? I'm surprised Laker fans haven't done it already. It is disrespectful how they're literally the national broadcast team is out here calling game 3 saying, man, DeAndre Ayton just can't buy a defensive rebound to save his life right now. And I see rebound after rebound go off his fingertips. And JJ Redick, all he could do is walk back to the sidelines and just throw his head back and say, what do you want me to do? As I see AJ Mitchell drive by DeAndre Ayton for an M1 to put the Thunder up 28. What more can JJ do? It is a roster that's was already tough to work with, but when your starting center can't get a defensive rebound, brother, this was your last chance. DeAndre Ayton, this was your last shot. And you don't care. You're out here buying chains when you're down 0-3. What you need to be doing is locking yourself in a basketball court, in a gym, and just working on getting rebounds. I mean, there's nothing else to be said right there. You can worry about LeBron later. LeBron's going to make whatever decision LeBron wants to make. Luka's going to be Luka when he comes back next season, and you just build around that. DeAndre Ayton, no, cannot be on the team come next season, though. That's what the
Guangdong
first move should be.
Tigers. Guangdong Tigers, brother.
There
That's
you
what
go.
the fuck he will be.
Um,
Even
it,
if the
it
Tigers
is
want him.
straight up embarrassing, is what it is. Straight up embarrassing. Um, and this is by far like probably the most like frustrating like way to go out if you're the Lakers. Because literally, like I feel like for at least for games 2 and 3, y'all are in it at one point. It had been for certain individuals. We may potentially be talking about at least like one game being taken from the Lakers, but that's not what happened at all. That's not what happened at all. Um, both these teams definitely have to look in the mirror and see for themselves what they can change for the future. Um, but hey, man, say man, I mean, there's a lot to be unfolded when it pertains to that. Um, Jello, back from technical difficulties. Do we have you?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
But for the most part, I agree with almost everything you said, PC. Especially about the Sixers. Especially when it comes to Philadelphia not being a sports team that is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. But I do think that this was the best chance that Philly had to see a conference finals, let alone a finals. Don't know what path I can really see them getting back with everybody else more than likely going to be at full strength next year. But I do like y'all's trajectory. My only thing is Joel Embiid is not going to be there for too much longer to be able to enjoy the ride. And that is not a testament to Joel Embiid. He definitely showed me a lot this year. It's just the fact that it's time. It's a new era in Philly. It's being shown with Maxey and VJ building around them, the young guys, and Joel is kind of his time is kind of passed over there. Um he had a really good resurgence of a year this year, but it's over now. That era, in my opinion, is closed. It's a closed book. Get whatever you can get for him while he is somewhat showing that he is a shell of healthy, I should say. Get what you can out of him right now, Philly, and build for the future because that's what it is. It's time to build for the future. I do not see them making anything next year when Jason Tatum is healthy. You have the likes of the Pistons emerging. Um, yeah, I kind of think that the time has kind of passed, especially after this year. Y'all had a really good path and very disappointed, very disappointed. Now as far as LA, I'm sad that it didn't happen against us, but the DeAndre Ayton experience definitely got exposed. And I asked the Lakers fans from the very beginning, what did y'all expect out of DeAndre Ayton?
For him to not get out rebounded by Jared McCain, bro. That's what the fuck we expected, nigga. The nigga is dog shit. I hate that.
Oh, I said this from the very beginning. We watched this man on the Suns. This man was a number one pick bust potential for a reason. And he showed y'all everything that I had seen for years. We saw a little tiny bit of resurgence with the Trailblazers, but let's be for real, it's the Trailblazers. They're gonna look good. They're gonna they're gonna the stats are gonna be overblown. And as soon as he got into a role where he needed to perform, when you got two of the best playmakers in the game today, yes, LeBron is one of the best playmakers in the game today, right now at 41. And what do? You getting out rebounded by Jared McCain in the playoffs. And this has been a testament all season for this man. And it's been up and down. It's been very up and down. He has had his moments this season, but come on, man. Be for real. You are 7 feet tall. You getting outran by little kids, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is terrible, man. This is a different type of embarrassment, dude. I feel bad for LA, but I seen it coming. And I told y'all from the very beginning. I was like, oh no, this is a different DeAndre. Hey, this is a different era. He got Luca, he got LeBron. He set up for success. Nope. Oh man, it's been a great season. I'm so glad I was right. I'm so glad I was right. It was just a matter of time, and y'all finally seen it happen. Where do the Lakers go from there? Luca is gonna be back next year. Lakers are gonna be better than ever. My biggest question is what happens with Braun. I don't know if he stays another year in a Lakers uniform. I think that might be wraps for that, but I don't think that this is the end all be all for the Lakers, to be honest with you. If anything, their best years are ahead. They just need a big man. They need a big man. They need a little bit more playmaking. They need Austin Reeves to kind of be Austin Reeves, turn into a playoff riser. Come on, man. What you got going on? But other than that, they're not in a terrible shape. So
Um, I mean that there's no real rebuttal from me on that. I mean, he didn't really say anything bad about my team, but TK, I'm just saying, like, y'all did eliminate him, and he's still talking crazy. That's just me, though. I just wanted to, I just wanted to point that out there. I just wanted to point
I'm
that
just,
out there.
yeah, I'm
It's
just
not
excited.
even a testament to the Lakers. Like I ain't even say anything bad. I just
I'm
said
just saying.
DeAndre Ayton. I just said I told you so because I definitely told y'all so. It was just a matter of time.
I don't know. I don't know, man. There's a lot of questions to be answered when it pertains to both Philadelphia and Los Angeles. Okay. We're halfway through the episodes for all your listeners. So quick water check in. Everybody that's tapped in to the We Hate Sports podcast. Make sure y'all stay hydrated. Summertime right around the corner. Follow us on our socials. We Hate Sports all across the board. We post daily. In case y'all didn't know, we post daily. So make sure y'all stay tuned in. Okay. Let's go to football. Let's talk about the NFL. The schedule release is set to happen later on this week at the time of this recording. So we already know a couple of confirmed games are already set to happen. With a few in mind and with some of our schedules, I would imagine everybody knows their team schedules around here. But even if it's not your own team, just a couple of games that you're just really excited to see. What are a few games that stand out in your mind that you're very excited to see for this upcoming NFL season? We'll start with you on this one, TK.
I think the first game for me, honestly, this is me being biased. I'm definitely interested in that Broncos Patriots rematch. Um, I feel like this is a situation where this is a team we're a team that should have been in the Super Bowl last year. Bo Nix had his ankle. We still almost beat the Patriots with our second string quarterback, a 7-10 game. And I think us having with us having the addition of Jalen Waddle, with them having the addition of AJ Brown, whenever you guys decide to make that trip. Can I actually ask when is that? What's going on with that? Are we technically post June 1st, or is it actually
Yeah,
June?
it's after
AJ
June
apparently don't
1st.
want to be there anymore, or don't want to get traded there anymore.
Is
Apparently,
that what? Is that what? Is that you being serious or?
apparently.
Wow, dog. CC and Trey will kill themselves, brother, if that happens. So I'm just assuming that they'll have AJ Brown. So with us having, like I said, us having the addition of AJ Waddle or Jalen Waddle, and them having the addition of AJ Brown, I just think that that'll be an exciting matchup. Big May versus Bo Nix. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to that rematch. And another one, I don't know if you guys do the Eagles play the Rams this in the regular season? Do you guys know? You guys do? Okay, well that's definitely going to be another game that I'm going to be excited about. Two of
We
the
play
best
the
teams,
NFC West.
okay, so perfect. So two of the best teams, if not the two best teams that I believe will be in the NFC this year. Eagles versus Rams. They just always give us really good matchups, bro. Really high scoring cinema matchups. So those are the Broncos, Patriots, and Eagles Rams. Those are the two matchups I'm looking forward to this season.
Um, to kind of piggyback off of, what you mentioned about the Eagles, um, it's always tradition, to, have, football on Thanksgiving. And, what better tradition than to have Eagles versus the Cowboys on Thanksgiving this upcoming season? I mean, it should be very interesting to see where both teams are at that point of the year, and if we may even see George Pickens or not, or we see AJ Brown or not. So speculation will certainly follow suit. Um, like I said, though, it should be very interesting how that game points out. At least that's my favorite game off the schedule that's confirmed that I'm most interested in seeing. Um, as far as like a non-game that I want to see, um I have to go, honestly. I gotta go with the Super Bowl rematch, man. Um you know Patriots and Seahawks face each other this season, and Super Bowl rematch is always the most interesting one. This one sticks out to me the most. So, more importantly, because we all know how these teams are going to pan out against each other. The Seahawks, they lost a lot of role players, but not a lot of starters. Seahawks depth was very like it was they were a very deep team last year, which helped them get to the Super Bowl. Um, and then you have the Patriots who, you can argue they kind of, had a lot of things go their way in order to get to the Super Bowl. There's no doubt in my mind that come regular season, both these teams are going to be in the mix to win their division. Um, but will it be the same result we saw in the Super Bowl, or will it be something completely different? Will Sam Darnold still be the same QB that he was this past season? Is that Patriots defense going to get even better? When these two eventually meet up. So I would say Super Bowl rematch will be one of the games that I'm most interested in seeing marked on my calendar. Um, Gianni?
I'm gonna pick one game from us, PC, and then another matchup outside. To me, the matchup I'm looking forward to, PC, is the game against Seattle. Like them coming to Philly, and we might have the Kelly Greens, and they might have those alternate jerseys, Seattle, with those blue jerseys. That would be like a sexy uniform matchup, honestly. And plus, I think this could be a playoff matchup in January. Who knows? And I'm just looking forward to it because I think Seattle, like the way they played last season, was crazy good, and it kind of it's kind of similar the way they play defense, in my opinion. So looking forward to that matchup and seeing how everything unfolds throughout the season. I don't know when that matchup is. Hopefully, it is a December game, honestly, because in the cold and everything, that would be pretty interesting. And the matchup I'm looking for outside of of our schedule, PC, there's one game that particular because we always like look at this matchup like we could look at Broncos Patriots, Broncos Bills, and everything. But there's a matchup that just intrigues me a lot. What about the Bears versus the Bills? That's going to be that could be a nice shootout, honestly. Both don't play good defenses, really. And I think Caleb Williams, year two and Ben Johnson's system is going to be intriguing. And then, Joe Brady with Josh Allen and everything. I think that's potential to be like a 41-40 type shootout, honestly. So that's an intriguing game that I saw on the schedule.
Jella?
I'm a little biased here. That Thanksgiving matchup, Cowboys and Eagles. I'm very intrigued on how we're gonna look this coming season, and with these defensive upgrades, I'm very excited. I'm definitely excited. I feel like retaining George Pickens, all those franchise tag, we gonna get that taken care of. No, don't even worry about that, GP. We got you taken care of. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But with what we have now, I
Brother, he's
definitely think
gone, brother. He's gone. Just accept it.
uh
Look out, bro.
shut
He's
that
gone.
mouth. I'm talking,
He's
sir.
gone, bro.
Anyways, I definitely feel like we in a place to not only beat on these Eagles, but take in the NFC East this year. Now, as far as playoffs go, I don't know how it's gonna work.
No, they
After that,
buy.
Yeah, that was funny, man.
Yo,
what?
nothing, bro.
We not believing it? All right, you're right. You're right. I'm too optimistic. I believe in my team though. We're ready. But I'm definitely intrigued on that matchup. Another one that I was thinking about, and especially when I heard PC talk about the Bears, I was thinking Bears and Vikings. Not well, yeah, Bears and Vikings. Um, I'm very intrigued on the Vikings this year, period. I do want to see how that connection is going to look with Kyler and Justin Jefferson. That's probably one of my most intriguing storylines this year. How that offense is going to look with Kyler Murray now that he is in Minnesota. Um, that's going to be fireworks with Kevin O'Connell and Ben Johnson going toe to toe in an absolute offensive matchup. That's very, very exciting to me. I definitely want to see how that turns out. That's probably up there on my top five matchups for this year for sure.
All right, Bam.
A game of mine that I'm excited for my team. Um, it was a few. We played some teams that we don't usually play. I'm just going to say the Falcons. We play the Falcons at home, and oh no, we play the Falcons away, and we don't usually play the Falcons. The Falcons are a team that I've kind of followed closely in recent years. Um, I think that that will be a great test for this mentor-led defense. Them being so high-powered and having a few weapons across the board. I think that this game will show how serious Jesse Minter and our defense is because this is a game where if we don't play it right, they could put up a lot of points against us. So I'm intrigued to see how he handles that. I don't know if that's going to be a game in the beginning of the season or end of the season, but either way, it will have some implications for us as a team. A game that's not us is I can't wait to see Buffalo in Detroit play in that new stadium. I believe that's a week 2 game. It's going to be Buffalo's home opener in a new stadium. Um, I personally am just a fan of the classic Buffalo no dome and the snow. I'm always gonna be a fan of that. But to see Buffalo transition away from that, it will be iconic for all of us because since all of us has been alive, uh, Buffalo's been up there in Orchard Park in that stadium. So to see them uh, take on Detroit of all teams, it's gonna be an interesting matchup, and it's just gonna be a lot of festivity around that game.
Yeah, the schedule, like I said, is set to release later on this week in its entirety. One of the things that's always so interesting about the schedule release is all the videos that everybody comes up with every year for them. Titans, probably my favorites. Well, top three. My favorite actually is the Chargers. Chargers usually pull out something pretty good for it every single year. But schedule release comes later on this week. For now, though, we'll have to just think about rumors, look at rumors, and look at all the leaks coming from the schedule. All right.
Hey, Bam, I got a question. How long you think it'll take before Diego Pavia gets his QB1 spot? Week 5, week 6, 8?
He's saying something that well, you know
Oh
what?
yeah, I was
Good
saying, I was
I
saying yeah, week 5, week 6 after Dak and that ankle don't hold up, we're gonna trade him right to you.
gotcha.
We play hot potato.
We're gonna trade him right to
Um
you.
let's go let's go to the penultimate topic. Let's talk about the NBA draft. The NBA draft, this year we already have the confirmed amounts of the confirmed top five anyway from the lottery. The Washington Wizards winning the lottery. They will get the number one overall pick, who is expected to be AJ Dybala. Meanwhile, at pick number two, is going to end up being the Utah Jazz. At pick three, you have the Memphis Grizzlies. At pick four, the Chicago Bulls. And at pick five, um, turns out to be the Los Angeles Clippers. So yes, top five rounded out. Why don't we start with you on this one, Bam? All right, so your predictions. What will the top five of the NBA draft look like?
Um, AJ's clipping on one. Welcome to the DMV, buddy. Two, again, kind of, a gimme. I think Darren Peterson is going to the Jazz. I don't see what other pick they could really make here. Three is not so much of a gimme, but still pretty likely. I think Caleb Wilson goes to the Grizzlies. An insane athlete, just very explosive in the paint and in transition. And they kind of need that right now. As much as they need shooting, they also need somebody that's explosive on top of Ja Morant. The Bulls, this is a really good pick for them. I really like this pick. I think they go Cam, Bulls out of Duke. Uh, they have struggled with not having bigs. They have like 7, 8 guards on a roster at one time. Um, I think he's the most pro ready out of the top five. And again, the Bulls need that steady presence down low. Five is where it gets really, really dicey for me. Um, because I don't really trust the Clippers here to make the smart pick. Um, I'm going to say that they go Keaton Wagler because I feel like for their thought process, they already have uh, a starting point guard in Darius Garland. They will want to go for fit here and not BPA. So they will go Keaton Wagler because he is another long range shooting threat. But I really feel like the pick here should be uh, Darius Acuff. But again, I don't trust the Clippers to make that pick. I trust them to go to be safe and go for fit here.
Well, your top five actually change what was supposed to look like my top five. Um, I think we can all agree our one and twos are going to look the same. AJ goes one to the Wizards. Darren Peterson goes to Utah. Pick three. I did have Cam Boozer going to Memphis. Best player available. He's going to find a way to fit into Memphis' system, but they need a job replacement because I think it's like abundantly clear at this point that like Ja's time in Memphis it's ending soon. Um, and I think Wilson fits that mold at pick number three. You get to start over again. There's no more Jaren Jackson Jr. either, so you get to completely have the fresh new rebuild centered around Caleb Wilson at three. At pick four, I'm gonna go with Gambuser. I mean, he's following in his father's footsteps. It's only fitting, right? Carlos Boozer, being the legendary bull that he was. Now his son gets to take his lineage at pick four. And at pick five for the Clippers, I'm gonna go Kingston Flemings for them. Um, Flemings has been someone that has skyrocketed in terms of all the mock drafts. Um, he's also somebody I think, if the Clippers just need somebody to provide scoring, and Lord knows what's going to happen with Clippers this season. We only know if Kawhi, who else on that roster? Chris Paul, Bradley Beal. I mean, there's just God, is Unkfest over there. You need somebody that is young and that can actually score consistently on a nightly basis. Kingston Flemings, I think, can do that. And not only do that, but now you have something for the future to actually look forward to. So at pick five, I'm gonna go with Kingston Flemings to the Clippers. Um,
So
TK,
so can you repeat your top five? AJ,
AJ,
Darren.
Darren, Wilson, Caleb Wilson. Pick four, Cam Boozer. Pick five, Kingston Flemings.
Okay. So yeah, like you said, I'm pretty sure we're all gonna go with the Wizards. It's gonna be AJ for number one. Number two, Darren, obviously to the Jazz. Number three, PC, you made a very, very interesting point when you said that the Memphis Grizzlies need a point guard because it just seems like the Ja era is over. So that's actually why I I had the Grizzlies taking a Cub Jr. with that as the point guard because honestly, I feel like if you get a point guard for the future, I feel like it'll be a lot easier to go ahead and move off of John Morant, which for whatever reason the Grizzlies have not done that yet. So I actually went with a Cub Jr. at number 3 for the Grizzlies. Number 4, Taylor Wilson. I think that's a no brainer for the Bulls. I don't think you can go wrong with Cam Boozer as well. I feel like a lot of people probably say Cam Boozer because that's where his dad played, but I feel like the Bulls are going to go a different way. They'll go Caleb Wilson at number 4 from UNC. And then number 5 with the Clippers. I feel like Cam Boozer is a safe pick, best player available. I feel like that's where the Clippers end up going. You compare him with a Darius Garland for the future, and see how that goes. So AJ, Darren, Darius, Caleb, and Cam Boozer, top 5.
Okay. Jello?
I'm not gonna lie, TK, you actually took my number 3, because I was thinking the exact same thing. Um, Now I'm mad because I kind of wanted to be against the grain there, but that's exactly what my thought process was. Obviously AJ going 1. Darren Peterson, definitely number 2. Um, I had some questions there, and I really did want to put Cam Boozer at 2, but I do think that what you call it, Utah is very forward heavy. They do not need another one. Just getting Ace Bailey last year. Darren Peterson is definitely the safe pick right there. Um, Number 3, I definitely think Darius Acuff is a perfect fit for Memphis. Not only his play style, but his culture. Um, he just fits the Memphis culture. On top of that, it'll be a lot easier to get off of John Morant, having the type of point guard and the type of scorer that he is. Um, he definitely fits there. I got him at 3. Number 4, I did have the Bulls taking Cam Boozer. Um, I think that that's a safe, best pick available player. I was thinking about Caleb Wilson, but ultimately, I think that you just can't pass up on a Cam Boozer when you got him at 4 right there. At number 5, I will have Caleb Wilson, going to 3 in the Clippers.
Mm. G.
For 1, I'm gonna go AJ. Then I'm gonna go to Darren. Number 3, though, the first 2, I think we're all in agreement. I'm gonna go with Boozer at 3 for Memphis. I know about the jaw thing is up in the air and everything like that, but I think the safe bet I think will be Boozer. And then for the Bulls, I'm gonna put Caleb Wilson. I think they're gonna get him. And number 5 with the Clippers, I'm gonna go with Flemings. PC. I think that will like move, what they need for now. For the Clippers, I think that would be the right move for now. I don't know what's going to happen with the Kawhi situation, what's going to happen with a lot of situations that's going on there because I think they have Bradley Beal as well. So they're going to make a lot of changes. So I think Flemings and then you have Darius Garland there. I think it's just, something to move into now.
Well, NBA draft not too far away. We're gonna have to see how it all pans out ultimately for that top 5 because past the second pick, I think we can all agree that's where the draft really begins. Okay, let's head to the last topic of the night. Let's talk a little bit of WNBA basketball, shall we? WNBA season began this past weekend, boys. We got our first glimpse of a couple of teams in action, a couple of players in action. We had the Fever taking on the Dallas Wings. The last 4 first overall picks all facing off against each other, which would be wild to say out loud if it was for the NBA. But real quick, everybody's predictions for who will win WNBA MVP this season. Why don't we start with UTK?
Angel Wilson. I don't think anything else needs to be said.
See, all right, Gianni.
I agree with TK, but that 33-point loss was crazy to start the season against the Mercury.
It was kind of crazy. Bam.
Did we forget how close she was to winning MVP last year? Did we all just forget that? Like she was very close to winning MVP last year. I think that uh uh I think it's probably the safe answer, the safe bet, but I think Fee is coming with a vengeance. And if I'll just flip a little bit, Fee will go ahead and snatch that. So that's one picking. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna pick the safe answer. I'm gonna go ahead and say Fee.
Mm. Cello?
Yeah, I'm going to completely left field. After what I saw this first game, give me Paige.
Oh my goodness. No,
Give
you
me
steal my answer.
Paige. I don't
Steal
care.
my answer.
My wings cooking. She went crazy. She finally got a team around her. Give me Paige. I don't care.
Bud is ass. Her
Huh?
girlfriend, her
We
girlfriend
ain't
is
worried about
ass.
her. She's a rookie. That's not
Oh,
even.
I just gotta put that out there. Shorty is ass.
You
Dog
wrong.
shit.
No, 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 no. You
She's
can't
a
come on.
rookie.
You can't say that after one game, TK,
She's
man.
a
All right,
rookie.
fine.
First
All right.
game. Be for
I'm
real.
just saying
First game,
they
really?
should have they should have never mind. Go ahead.
No, no, you can't make that exception of one game. Did we not learn our lesson actually from when Angel first started, from when Caitlyn first
Very
started?
Touche,
Have we
true.
learned
touche,
nothing?
touche, touche, touche.
Look,
Very
come
true.
on. Look. One game where AZ is more of a team player, and that's why I think a lot of people will come to
And she
realize like
only put
AZ
up two
truly is a
shots.
team
She only
player.
put up two shots. Let's be for real.
Yeah, look, no, no, no. Don't get me wrong. Like I agree, she should have put up way more shots than she did, but she ultimately, y'all are going to find out she is more. She's got a Jalen Hurts mindset playing for a great team like that, bro. Like she don't care about the set. She care about the win. She care about the win. And a lot of people aren't gonna want to hear that. A lot of people ain't gonna want to hear that. All right. I'm fine with it, especially because I know who I want MVP to be of the league as well, which is in fact Paige Beckers. All right. If Paige continues to go off the way that she is going off in that first game, then yeah, Paige is going to be a very, very close front runner, right next to Aja Wilson for MVP in the league this year. There is, without a shadow of doubt in my mind, you know, Aja's going to stick out because she's Aja, number one. But number two, it's fucking Aja Wilson. So obviously she's going to be a front runner for MVP. For Paige Records, though, look, it, it's about setting up her teammates, and she's got great teammates around her. There's a couple of candidates that can mess around and win MVP. All right, a couple of dark horse picks
Enrique.
currently on her team. Enrique is right there. AZ. If AC decides to wake up one day and be selfish, guess what? She gonna pull out 20 points and 10 rebounds consistently. If she wants to. If she wants to. You have Angel Reese, who I
And
think,
and I just want to say one thing because on this particular player killed my fantasy yesterday.
oh boy,
Cameron Brink,
oh boy.
you beautiful woman. Get your fucking shit together, bitch. Don't ever do that again in your life. Don't ever do that shit again in your fucking life. All right, thank you, PC.
Um, yeah, that was certainly not a performance that we'll look back on. Let's just say that. I don't know though. It's a long W. It's a long season in the dub, man. The fact that we're getting this season, I think we should just all appreciate that from the league. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it all pans out. Episode 266 officially wrapped up in the books, y'all. We gotta get on down here. But I want to thank everybody for coming out this week. For all your listeners, for all listeners worldwide, thank you for listening to the Sports Podcast. Call up one, check up on them, tell them that you love them. Stay hydrated, of course. And be prepared for episode 267. We'll have, like I said, NBA draft right around the corner. Come next week, we'll be giving out our predictions for the championship series and the NBA. And before you know, it's football going to be right around the corner, y'all. All right. And we're gonna be talking about the brand new league year starting and a lot of big moves being made, a lot of trades potentially being finalized. Um, just speaking of football, there is one thing that I want to point out before we end this episode, and you know, I know y'all saw the screenshots earlier. There's so many. There was a very interesting question that was brought up in the chat earlier, about what teams would y'all be a fan of, if you weren't a fan of the team that you already support. And we gave, a couple of y'all gave, different answers. I saw you, Ben, with the Falcons. I said the Steelers. My mom's a Steelers fan. There was Jello who supports I forgot who you support. It was like the Cuban Esquadors or something. And then there was TK who had said the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia
No
Eagles,
way. He really
the,
said that?
the same team that's constantly
I
berates.
was a huge Terrell Owens guy growing up. The question that
That
was
was no,
asked
no, 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 no,
was,
no, 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 no. See, brother. I'm gonna stop you right there. Terrell Owens was only an Eagle for 1 year. You mean to tell me?
Oh,
You mean to tell me that you were a fan of the team for 1 year, yet that was your childhood
no, I
team?
didn't say,
That
no, I
doesn't
was a,
see. That's just
okay,
not. Something's not adding up,
okay,
TK.
first of
Something's
all,
just
it's
not
already
adding
out
up.
there, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie. When T.O. was on the team, I liked the Eagles, even though it was one or I feel like it was like 3 years, but was it not? Was it only 1 year? Okay, well, then, yeah, I continue to root for the Eagles after that. But I mean, my team is the Broncos, bro. So don't make it seem like I'm an Eagles fan. Okay, I
I
hate
mean,
Jalen
I mean, it
Hurts.
sounds like deep down inside, childhood wise, like I know, like who child TK would root for. It's just so funny because you always have a lot to say more specifically about my QB
No,
one,
no,
and
yeah, yeah,
now it's
that's it.
like
Just keep it there.
now it's like
Typically, I never really talk shit about the Eagles. I talk shit about Jalen Hurts.
mm,
It's always been that way, PC.
mm.
I'm sorry, but I would never be a believer in Jalen Hurts. If he wins 5 Super Bowls, I would never talk shit again.
I mean, Jalen's constantly year in year out. Every time he's put on a big stage, always performs up to expectations. I mean, y'all said the same thing after he won the Super Bowl. After he lost
Is
his
Jalen
first
Hurts
Super
better
Bowl.
than Donovan McNabb?
Yeah, no, he's already Jalen Hurts is already the greatest quarterback in the Eagles franchise history. Yes, no doubt in my mind, no
over
doubt in my mind.
Michael Vick?
Yes,
They played
yes,
2 years in
Randall
Philly.
Cunningham?
yes. Look, I can confidently, like 2 years ago, like two,
You
3 years ago, I wouldn't be able to confidently say that. As a matter of fact, I
love,
wouldn't say it at all. But now, yes.
you love
Especially
you.
given the circumstances that Hertz has put in year out. Yes, I can confidently say that.
I'm
Um,
I
not.
think
I don't
seven
care
days.
if. I
I
don't
can say
care.
7 days.
I
But
don't care if.
on the line was crazy.
see that now before y'all give your reactions to that. All right, seriously, think about it for a second. As great as quarterbacks as Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham were,
No. Don't say Michael Vick. I don't even know why he said that. Michael Vick
Because
played
I got
2
Michael Vick over Jalen Hurts, right? I don't care how many years he spent in freaking Philly. All right, my
this is
bad.
not about
That's
who you
probably
would
biased.
take
That's
as the
probably
better
biased.
quarterback. This is about who the greatest quarterback in Eagles history
I
is.
guess. I guess.
And Jalen Hurts has certainly established, especially if he goes out, if Jalen Hurts goes out and he wins one more Super Bowl ring for us, if like that would be undisputed at that point, and you know it. I
The
know
thing
deep down,
is,
you,
he did
CK,
not win y'all
Bam,
that Super Bowl. All
know
right,
it.
you're right.
He would be
Okay.
the greatest quarterback in franchise history, without a shadow of a doubt.
Well, I agree with
Right?
that. I agree that 2 Super
Yeah, if he
Bowls
wins
make
two
him.
Super Bowls,
Yeah, two Super
I
Bowls
can't say
for
anything
sure.
about
But right
He's
now,
already been the two in
I
three
think right now
years.
it's
Something
hard to
that
put him.
McNabb was never able to do, something that Vic was never able to do, something that Cunningham unfortunately was never able to do. Hertz has already done it with the OC situation that y'all are talking about. All right, I don't want y'all to get to think that this is some recency bias that I've just been conjuring up just to spark a competition. No. Gianni can attest to this.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, I wouldn't even be thinking about saying that. Like it'd be
Yeah,
downright
3 years
disrespectful to
ago
say
now.
it. But now, oh yeah.
No, it's an argument. It's definitely an argument.
So I
I got him
that's
over
why I can
Donovan.
confidently say it.
I have him over Donovan for a few reasons, but that's beside the point. Um, I just can't put him over Randall.
That you know what? That's valid. That's fair. I get it. Randall's the prototype, but to say that Jalen Hurts is this average quarterback or below average quarterback
Is
that
he
TK thinks he
okay?
is.
So is he better than Kevin Carr?
All right, let's end the pod.
Let's end
Yeah,
the
it's
episode,
time.
guys. Let's end the
He
episode.
did.
My
He
name is Billy
disrespectful.
Cameron,
That's
joined by
I
Jello,
can't believe he
TK,
asked that
Bam,
question.
Gianni this week. It's time to go. We'll see y'all for episode 267. Good night. Goodbye. Don't nobody do that damn joke, or I swear, oh boy, I swear y'all are knocking on the call this next
I don't
weekend.
know why I randomly just thought of his name before I remembered that name.
That was